Good morning, welcome to a morning outlook on Thursday, the 23rd of June. So let's have a look at these markets and what's in store today. First, in terms of possible impacts from news, well, we've got the flash services manufacturing data coming out in with the French and German figures will be the key ones released this morning at 8:15, 8:30. Then at 9:30, 9 o'clock it's not put on here, but 9 o'clock it's the European data as a whole, and then 9:30 we've got the UK data there, flash manufacturing services at 9:30, and then 2:45 in the US. So, and then Powell is testifying again. Now, interestingly, on the subject of Powell testifying, yesterday he mentioned how it looks like very unlikely that, or very quite likely that they'll go into a recession of some sorts. And a soft landing is quite difficult. So the percentage of that happening is much higher than it was, but they focused on this interest rate of 2%. Inflation rate, beg your pardon, of 2%. I'll rephrase that. So long as they're stuck on old-fashioned, out-of-date technology or economics, I should say, it's going to be a hard old ride for a while by looks of things. On that note, let's get on and have a look at the charts, which are a bit of a hard ride at the moment as well. Looking at euro dollar, it's not the clearest to see where things are going, and especially when you break it down. It is tied into this sort of range, and it may be that we just it should be looking or leaving looking at a breakdown of trend. Let's just come to the 4 hourlies, looking for the break. If it breaks these trends here, chances are it may just continue coming down, break the trend, but only just, and find these prior lows. Yesterday it did just that. It just sort of broke down well. I didn't quite even make the lows there, and reversed in the morning, and off it went. And now, if anything, it's looking like it, from a short-term technical basis, high lows coming through. Well, it does look like we could get a little surge to the upside. Is there anything fighting that? Well, the flags flagging, but I don't know. Perhaps we got the sign of something to be there. The only problem is we haven't hit the daily pivot yet. If that the draw of that might just draw price down, if it not straight away, later. We'll see how it develops. But it's quite messy, and we've gone into sort of messy stage again. Lovely clear beginning of the month there, as it sort of, even through this it wasn't bad, but we had this lovely move, and then it's got quite ugly. The pound, it too, I mean, yesterday it sold off for a while there, gave us this spike to the downside, looked like it was going to run off some more, and just literally reversed. Not so necessarily so convincing as the euro here, and it's looking soft this morning. Again, it might be that we just have to ride the ranges, and I was considering this yesterday in terms of being short into this. We got quite a nice move down here, but we were looking for the moon then, and of course it didn't go there. It reversed backwards. So during these markets, it's probably better to be looking at those more modest targets initially. The dollar yen, well, the dollar's looking like it's trying to make a push on through this the R3 there. Short term, it's got a bit mucky. It's put a lower high in on the 4 hourlies here. You'll see it clear on the hourlies, but reversing back up again, and it's more bearish than it is bullish at this stage. But that could break on the break of the trend there. May just see the dollar coming through a bit stronger. Morning, Michael. Aussie dollar. Another messy one, but it's a bit simpler in terms of yesterday. At least for a large period of the time it was selling and just remained selling, but it too found its support in the morning session there eventually, and retraced now. Again, technically it looks soft. It's put lower highs in. but well, trying to put a little move back up, a little bounce coming back here. This might give us opportunities at some stage to short back into it. It's already caught the daily pivot. It's not far off the S1. We'll see how it develops this morning, but nothing particularly clear. And finally, of the bigger majors, the Canadian dollar here. So Canadian dollar, well, giving some more back yesterday, and well, against the dollar. US dollar strengthening here against the, but these highs hold. It's in quite a, again, no surprise there, it's in quite a bit of a mess as you come down the time frames. Now this is a pairing I would have expected the Canadian to do better, and we'll see the dollar sold against it, but it's not happening at the moment, and it's in a wedge-ish sort of pattern. So it's an each-way bet at the moment. In other words, leave it alone. Right, that's pretty much there. As you can tell, it's anything but a clear plan here, because another market that sums it up. I'm not even going to go beyond this level with gold. It's just in such a odd old range. Well, I would just show you it just for the hell of showing you it. There you go. It's a mess. Anyway, moving on. Oil. Saw oil sold on the potential cutback or downward trajectory of growth, etc. in the US, looking coming in. It's sold off again. I'm just looking here. It's been selling off. It's just looking weaker and weaker. That's it. It's just coming down. So it's got some potential to drop off some more. However, I don't think it's a long-term picture. Maybe there's deemed enough oil being pumped for the demand at the moment. Either way, it's lower highs, lower lows. It's in a downward trend for sure on that time frame. Anyway, well, we're sitting in support of the S1. I still feel that the way looking at the price action, there's nothing really finishing off the trend, so it could well maybe rally into something and sell off again. Looking soft. Anyway, there we go. That's the oil. The switch across. Trying to make head or tail of some of these markets just shows you how awkward they are to read. Very easy one to read is Bitcoin here. It's still looking bearish. I've flicked through these this morning, and none of them look particularly like Litecoin. If anything, looks like it's got the potential of breaking the highs and put a little higher low in. Maybe that's going to be the leader up back to its pivot, but realistically, most of them in a very similar-ish picture, looking soft at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if at some stage we see another rollback, a rollover. I don't think it's all done yet for Bitcoin. Famous last words. As soon as I said that, it'll probably change. Indices today then. So we're zipping through here. Indices, well, CSI 300 picked up on slightly more bullish. I'm not sure what's driving that today. The rest of the markets are looking quite bearish. I know they've put there's some upward points here, but they've sold off within their ranges. Look at them going back to the Nikkei there. It rallied. It's given most of it back already. The Nifty 50 no different there. A bit of a rally, selling off. So yesterday S&Ps ended up at that little doji bar really. Again, all looking pretty soft where we are. There's no great difference. Nasdaq, all to me look like they've got more downside to come. It's just how you get into them really, if you're not already into them. Looking closer to home, and the CAC is looking rather bearish, as is the DAX, so no real changes there. FTSE will probably follow suit this morning. It's not done anything too much different. It's looking pretty soft. So there we are. Difficult markets to read. When they're like this, the best thing is to sit on your hands a little bit. I know we want to be, as traders, want to be trading, but there's times when you shouldn't be trading. You should just be watching, and they're the times when you can't make clear decisions. There's this typical thing out there. Is another Mark Douglas quote. I don't know if I've already mentioned these ones, all of these, but trading is not being right or wrong. It's a probability game, but the probability is a lot less good when it's just sitting chopping along. So you've got to let it show its hand. On that note, I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye for now. There we go.